The night was supposed to be ordinary. She had gone to bed listening to the quiet hum of crickets outside her window. Her name was Amira, a 19-year-old girl full of dreams. She wanted to study, to travel, to one day change her family's life. But that night, the silence shattered. A sudden crash. Rough hands. The muffled sound of men's voices. She tried to scream, but a cloth pressed against her mouth silenced the cry. In seconds, her world turned black. When she awoke, she was lying on the cold floor of a windowless room. Her wrists and ankles were chained. The metallic bite of iron dug into her skin with every slight movement. The smell of dampness and rot filled the air. She pulled at the chains, but they only clanged loudly, echoing her captivity. A man's voice cut through the darkness. "Don't waste your strength. You belong here now." Her heart pounded. Fear pressed against her chest, but deep inside, a spark of resistance refused to die. Days passed. Or maybe weeks. Time blurred inside that prison of shadows. They gave her little water. Sometimes, a sip. Sometimes, nothing at all. Food. Not once. Her stomach twisted in pain until the hunger became a dull, constant ache. The chains left deep marks, raw wounds around her wrists and ankles. Each night she prayed silently. Not for rescue, but for strength. Her captors tried to break her spirit with cruel taunts. "Confess. Surrender. Accept what we demand, and the pain will end." But Amira said nothing. She realized that silence was her shield. If she spoke, they would win. If she stayed silent, they would never truly own her. Her silence infuriated them. They wanted to hear her beg. They wanted to see her crawl. Instead, she met their cruelty with quiet defiance. By the 40th day, Amira's body was failing. She was thin, fragile, almost ghostly. Her lips cracked. Her voice was gone. Her head swayed from weakness. That night, the captors gathered. "Enough," one of them spat. "She either speaks or she dies." They dragged her up, forcing her to kneel in the center of the room. A single lantern flickered, casting long shadows across the walls. Their leader leaned down, his voice sharp. "Say it. Beg. Admit you are nothing. Say the words and you live. Refuse, and this is your last night." Amira's chest rose and fell slowly. She wanted to collapse, to give up. But then she thought of her mother's face, of the little brother she used to walk to school, of the life stolen from her. Her captors expected a whisper of surrender. They expected tears. Instead, she raised her head. Her voice cracked, barely more than a whisper, but it carried the weight of 40 days of torment. "If you kill me now, my story will live longer than your chains." The words hung in the air. Heavy, unshakable. The room fell silent. One by one, the captors exchanged uneasy glances. Their leader froze, his eyes narrowing. He had expected a plea. Instead, he heard prophecy. One of the men muttered, "She's cursed. She'll bring us ruin." Another stepped back, fear spreading through him. The words, so simple, yet so powerful, cracked the unity of her captors. Doubt entered their hearts. Fear poisoned their certainty. In the confusion, one man, trembling, rushed forward. His hands shook as he fumbled with the chains. "Go," he whispered, "before they change their minds." The iron fell away with a clatter. Her body was weak, her steps unsteady, but she moved. One step, then another, then another. Her captors didn't stop her. They stood frozen, haunted by the echo of her words. As she stumbled through the night, the cold air hit her face. For the first time in 40 days, she felt the taste of freedom. Each breath burned in her chest, but it was the sweetest pain she had ever known. Amira never forgot the chains. The scars on her wrists remained as reminders of the ordeal. But she also never forgot the sentence that saved her life. It wasn't strength of body that set her free. It wasn't violence or force. It was one line, one sentence of courage spoken at the edge of death. Today, her story is told not as one of defeat, but of triumph. She became a symbol of resilience, living proof that words, even whispered, can be stronger than iron. And for anyone listening now, her life is a reminder. No matter how heavy the chains, The human spirit can never be silenced.